By the way, I've said this before, I will say it again. I do hope you are enjoying what we are going through. And to use a quick athletics analogy, if this was I don't know, a 1600-meter race, a mile race, we are coming into that final corner of 200 meters to go until the finish line. So really, really, really well done. All we now need to do is just get our head around just a few things in locked money. We're about to start that over the next few videos and then stake, well, firstly, it's back up, buy some lot money tokens, and then stake them. And I'm going to show you how to do that and show you the rewards. I think you're going to love it. Now, let me just remind you, we said this back in the first video. Locked money is essentially a suite of products, isn't it? It does many things. Depending on when you're watching this video, we are continually adding stuff. So some of this stuff might not be active right now, but every user will have their own AI agent. Every user will be able to use that AI agent to help them trade autonomously. If that's something that you're interested in, it's going to be debit cards for users. There's a legal infrastructure that potentially could reduce your capital gains tax bill, depending on where you are in the world. Lots and lots and lots of many benefits, which is why lot money is getting a lot of attention. But we are only focusing right now on the passive income or the yield or the rewards. Call it what you want, the staking. So that's what we are going to go and do. So let's take our first look, although I suspect you may have already looked at lot money before, but let's go and take our first look right now at lot money and go through the whole process to get this up and running. We can do all this, by the way, within the next 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. So here we are at locked.money, locked.money. Now, familiarize yourself with the site, gives you a brief overview of what I've been talking about over the last few videos. But really all we want to do right now is we want to log in and create our own vault. You can have as many vaults as you like for free in lot money. These are your secure areas where you can put your crypto assets, and there's many other things that you can do as well. So let's just click on launch vault. Now, first time you do this, you'll get taken to a page. This may change over time. We have a free option that's got all these benefits. I've just mentioned some of them. We also have a professional plan, but you're fine with a free plan unless you want to go with a professional. But we're going to click on Go Free. So let's click on that. We're being asked to connect to our wallet. Let's do that. So we're using Rabby in this case. Let's click on Rabby. Now, the first time that you connect to locked money, or indeed any what are known as decentralized applications, your wallet will just say, hey, are you sure? Give us permission. So that's exactly what you're being asked to do here. Connect to DApp. DApp stands for a decentralized application. So Rabby is saying, do you want to connect to this decentralized application, app.locked.money? And yes, you do. So we click on connect. And that's it. We have actually connected. Now, how do we know we've connected? Because if you're particularly eagle-eyed, this here did say a second ago, connect to wallet. And can you see that it's actually pulling in? If I pull up my Rabby address, it's pulling up I need to put my glasses on to see this correctly. It's pulling up my Rabby address. And it ends with 115F. There we go, 115F. So we are connected now to our Rabby wallet, which is wonderful. So to actually access the main area itself, the main dashboard, if you like, let's click again where it says Go Free. Okay, now, we just talked about a vault a moment ago. We're now being asked to create our vault. So the first time you log in, you'll be asked to create a vault. You can create as many different vaults as you like. It says choose your vault plan. You do not currently have an active pro subscription, which you don't need to. That is a paid plan. Free is absolutely fine. So let's go to the very bottom here and click on free vault. Free the vault. Okay, so we're now creating a vault. Everything in lot money is very simple and step by step. We've intentionally wanted to make that the case. So now we are being asked to name our vault. You can change this name at any time. This is really just for your internal records, if you like, particularly if you have lots of vaults over time. You might want one for your granddaughter or your niece or your nephew or somebody, for example, and have assets for them in that vault. But let's keep it simple. I'm just going to call this locked money for newbies vault. And again, you can change this at any time. Let's click on continue. Now, we're being asked here for a signer's name. I'm not going to get too detailed right now because to be brutally transparent, you don't really need to know. But do you remember when I was saying there's many benefits to lot money? You can add additional security if you want to by having many different signers. In other words, whenever you do anything, if you have two signers, then that other person needs to also sign that transaction. You can add to this at a later date. For simplicity and speed, let's just add one signer right now, which will be you. So I'm just going to type in my name, Chris. Perfect. And I can add another signer if I want to. And here, this is pulling in the address of my, let's pull it up here again, of my Rabby wallet. Oops. You can see 0x0D4, 0x0D4. So it's saying that this address here, my Rabby wallet, is what I will need to sign anytime I do anything, which is great. It's exactly what we want. Okay, so that's fine. Going to click on continue. Create vault. It says you're about to create a new vault and we'll have to confirm the transaction with your connected wallet. That's fine. This is the name of my vault. There's only one signer. That is me. Before you continue, a transaction fee is required to activate your vault. If you opt to pay this later, this fee will be included in your first transaction, which is fine. Locked Money does not profit from these fees. So I've clicked here, pay later. And that's absolutely fine. So it's microscopic, it's cents, but that will get added to our first transaction. Let's click on continue. And it's confirming transaction. Your MetaMask will open up asking you to confirm this. Let me click on confirm. And we'll sit back and wait. And any moment now, we're getting some messages here saying everything is looking good. Your vault was created successfully. So we've created our first vault within Locked Money. I'm now going to click on Go to Vaults. And we are now logged in to Locked Money. And here is our first vault. And if I click on it, this is what it looks like in our dashboard. And this is unbelievably exciting. You now have a vault in Locked Money, and there's lots of things that we can do as we are about to. So let me stop this video. This has been a fraction longer than I planned. But if you have not yet set up a vault in Locked Money, go and do that. It's free. You just need to connect to your wallet, as you see me do in this video. And it's as simple as that. And then what we will do is we will start to turn our attention to the staking. As I say, I'm not going to look at all the features. We just really want to focus on the passive income. So we will jump into that and we'll continue in the next video. See you there in a sec.